I don't know about anyone else, but all I can hear is the sound of pennies dropping everywhere as people start to put two and two together. I feel that it's just a sense that I've got yesterday. It just felt like a bit of a, it felt like there was a shift, like a big day, like a important turning point. Just because my own perception was that I could just intuitively detect that something had happened in the mood, the public mood, and that they'd been pushed over the edge. I can't talk about, for reasons you'll already know, I can't talk about the reasons why people may now be changing their mind, or if not changing their mind, becoming very suspicious due to things that are going on, probably as a result of very high levels of arrogance being displayed by, let's call them, the establishment. That, combined with much more social proof and growing social proof all the time, so validation of things that they may once have dismissed as conspiracy, and also just real evidence of things that are happening that they don't like. All these things have added up to create a situation whereby I believe many people's perception is shifting and society's perception is shifting. Now, this is just my take on things, but I suspect, I just get the feeling I'm not alone. And so much of perception is based on, not really on information, but on intuition. Now, just before I carry on with today's content, today's very positive and optimistic content, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this type of stuff. If you want to find find out more about my book that will be coming out shortly, and you would like to support me, click on the link in the description below, and like, share and comment on this video if you would, because it really helps and I massively appreciate it. So going back to the topic at hand, yeah, we know we're living, I've talked about it a lot, in a time where information is being weaponized to divide us. As you know, a divided people are easier to control. And of course, we come to our positions on various topics using information, absolutely. But intuition is even more important. That is the true knowing. Intuition is the true knowing. And my intuition is telling me, well, I believe the tide turned a long time ago. I always thought the tide turned. I know a lot of people think the tide hasn't turned. I thought it turned months ago. Whereas now I think that it's manifesting in a way that people are starting to be more vocal. There are more and more conversations happening where people are starting to put the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together, and they're doing that together. They're talking more, so it's starting to manifest in a way where it's becoming more tangible. You hear, I overhear so many conversations now, and I think to myself, they figured this out, or they're figuring this out from my own conversations. I like to try to put myself in as many different environments as I can to try to gauge what the public mood might be. That's what I do try and do where possible, which is why I think the tide did turn months ago. But I can see There's an anger building. There is a determination building. There's people have had enough, but crucially, they're starting to understand the problem in a way that we've understood it for quite a long time now, and this is the crucial thing. And at this point, I have to say to everybody who has been working relentlessly for months, we're going to shortly be able to say for years, because it's been going on for what, 18 months now. For anybody who has been contributing to the awakening of others, to waking them up, whether via research and sharing information, whether via creating content like blogs and videos, whether going to protests, whether handing out literature and newspapers, whatever people have been doing to make a difference, I have to say to you, honestly, I am so incredibly grateful, particularly for those who in the very, very, very early days stood alone against the might and the insanity of the crowd. Now, I was speaking to one of my newfound friends the other day, a lady called Magda, and I said to her, I said, what is it that you do to be able to, to cope with our world at the moment? How do you stay sane? How do you keep going? How do you stay positive? Because she's always very positive. And she said to me, she said, I wake up every day and I say to myself, I'm going to take one more brick out the wall. And I thought, that's it, isn't it? That's all we need to do. What a lovely analogy that is. Just destabilize things further by taking one brick out of the huge wall. And that clarified things for me, because I think that's what I try and do. Take one brick out the wall. If everybody takes one brick out the wall every day, then that wall will ultimately be brought down. That wall of tyranny, that wall of manipulation, that wall of lies, that wall of coercion. So that helped me, actually. The truth, as has been famously remarked, does not need ever to defend itself. Sorry, the truth does not need to be defended because it speaks for itself. As long as the truth is not censored, and when faced with the incredible, unbelievable levels of censorship at the moment, people have just held firm. They've said, no, I will not be silenced. I will not be dictated to. I will not have others telling me what is and isn't acceptable to say. And they found ways to get the truth out there. And it is starting to permeate and filter into the public consciousness now. I still have serious and deep concerns about how this is going to resolve itself. Resolve itself it will, and we will emerge into a more beautiful and brighter age. We will. We first have to go through, well, the night is darkest before the dawn. We have to go through some turbulent times this autumn and winter. But I think we understand that. The crucial thing is, well, if this isn't the beginning of the end, maybe it's the end of the beginning. We are now being heard. We are being listened to. People are paying attention. People are taking us seriously, and people are starting to acknowledge that what we said was right. And that is an amazing thing. So carry on doing what you're doing. I don't need to say that. I know that you'll never give up. How can you give up? How can we ever give up when you consider the magnitude and gravity of what it is that we're standing for and that we're fighting for? I won't give up. I'll never surrender. And I know you won't either. So we carry on. The weather's lovely at the moment, but through the cold, dark winter days and nights, we carry on. We find a way. We show resilience. We thrive in adversity. We use the adversity to grow even further, to become stronger. It will teach us more. We don't stay at home. We get out there. We socialise. We carry on with our message. We will not be silenced. We will not be silenced. And we are going to win. So once again, thank you to all who have made this happen. Keep on doing what you're doing. We know who the real heroes are. Bye bye.